I think so. I never feel ready.
Bro, so without further ado, big hand for Scott.
Clap as well. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. I'm on my way to a viewing. It's inside Article 4. I have the public HMO register and I extracted all the addresses of the HMOs on the register. It cost me 50 quid, by the way. And put them in Google My Maps. And I can see all the pins of where the HMOs are. So got the address of this one, zoomed in, and all the boxes are checked. You know, there's not a HMO, there's not like a HMO, house HMO, because you're not allowed to sandwich a house. The density, I think it's like a 50-meter radius, over 20%, and that's not the case. So the boxes are being ticked. It's run down, the numbers work, and this is it, and that's that. The vendor's showing me around. But let's address the last video. The last video, I done a presentation on 3 lessons that I've learned while starting a business, failing, and then rebuilding it to work on over £3 million worth of HMOs for clients based around the world as part of the end-to-end portfolio building service, of which you can fill out the form below if you're interested in that sort of thing. Anyway, that's out of the way. Basically, I achieved a goal or conquered a fear that has basically ruined me for a long time, like a very long time. And I don't say that lightly. I went to networking events when I first started in property. When I first started in property, I went to networking events and I was like really scared of being in the events, right? And I would more or less stand in the corner. I wouldn't like to interrupt. You're always taught not to interrupt, so I wouldn't interrupt people's conversations. I would really be nervous around the gathering part. When we sat down, I'd be fine watching the presentations, great, loved them, taking notes. However, some events require you to do a 20-second pitch, right? One event was non-negotiable, so I ended up stop going to it because I couldn't do the 20-second pitch. Like, I would stand up and I froze, and I remember I looked at the host and I was like, what is it I do again? And he was like, I don't know what you do. And I just fucking froze. And then I just like kind of said what I did and then just sat back down and laughed. Then I stopped going to that event because they forced it upon you. That just wasn't my cup of tea, right? But I went to other networking events where you put your hand up and you stand up. So it's voluntarily, right? I wouldn't do it the first few times, but I would watch what other people would say and why I would like their pitch. I would then start to write down notes of what they said. And the first time I stood up with the notes app and I just read off it. My goal wasn't to get clients or anything, it was to stand up and say words, and that's how I managed to achieve that. Then I remember I was like, I'm not going to use my phone, I can't do that every time. And I got close with the host, and then one time he was like, Scott, you're standing up. I stood up, and I just stated the facts and told the truth. I was like, here's what I do, here's who it's for, here's what we've done in the past. If you like making money, come to me. Right? Like, it was just fucking robotic, but I done it. And I actually got a client from it, which was pretty sick, right? And that was like the one time I achieved it, and then it just fell back into old ways and just stopped going to events for like a couple of years, right? I went back a couple months ago, and it was one of those ones where around the table, everyone has to do a pitch. There was like loads of tables. If the person stands up, your number stands up, and you have to go to every single table and pitch to every single table. That really wasn't my cup of tea, man, and I hated it. So I was lucky my number didn't get called up before the lunch break. Done the lunch break, and then I bombed it. I left. It's actually on YouTube. I'm wearing a suit. In the thumbnail, I'm wearing like a suit, I think, with the camera. And I'm literally in the car leaving it, and like I just bottled it. Like I didn't know what to do. I fucking freaked out and left. It's been a huge thing that's lost a lot of opportunity for me. It's been a huge thing that's just destroyed me, my confidence, right? So when I got invited to do that presentation, I said on this channel, I'm scared, man. I'm anxious. But if I can do this, then it shows to you that someone who fears something above everything else and still able to do it, then you can too, man. So I really hope watching that, I've had some good feedback on it, which is pretty cool, but I really hope you watching that, you're watching someone in real time do something that is horrifying. Like, it's just, that is the worst nightmare for me. But it was time, man. It was time to listen to my own advice, understand this is what hard feels like, and put that into practice. Walk the walk instead of talking the talk, you know? So that's it. My number one fear is now conquered. But I'm doing it again tonight. I'm doing another talk tonight, property and poppadoms in Derby. The last property and poppadoms I came to, I met my JV partner, my new JV partner, and the host asked if I want to do a presentation, like a talk. So, oh shit. All right, so I'm in too deep now, troops. I'm going to do the same one. I've added more bits, so it's not going to be the same. I probably won't upload the full thing. I'll just include bits in this video here, and this is it, man. So I'm going to prove to myself it wasn't luck. It wasn't just a one-off. So if I can do it twice, then I know it wasn't a fluke, man. And I think that is the ultimate way of conquering the fear. Obviously doing it 100 more times is the ultimate way, right? Let's be real. But I think doing it twice proves to yourself it wasn't luck. It wasn't just a one-off. And this is it, man. Let's do this. I'm going to do this viewing, a couple site visits, and then do the fucking talk. Come on. So the owner is upstairs. I'll give you a wee sneak peek. This is it here, man. See what's going on over there. A lot of work being done, to say the least. But nothing we're not scared of. I love this. Hopefully we can secure this one. Oh, it's my laptop that's come up. Oh yeah, drag it over. Yeah. You ready? I think so. I never feel ready. I want to make sure, yeah. Where can I stand? Here. Yeah. It's fine, I can do it.
Bro, so without further ado, a big hand for Scott.
Clap as well. All right, my goal for today is to talk about a few lessons, well, 3 lessons that I've learned whilst starting a business and then failing, and then going back to building over £3 million in HMO portfolios for clients based all around the world. But the first one is leverage, how to do more with less and still win. And I post into 6 property groups. There are loads more. They're just the 6 that I do. And the reason why I do that is because I want to leverage their success. They've spent a lot of time getting a lot of people into their groups. And a lot of them are just invested, like they like property because they're property groups. So because I post into them, and all you need to do is when you post, just go share to groups, select 6 groups, 5 seconds, and you've reached hundreds of thousands of people. When things go wrong, acknowledge what's happened. You have to detach yourself from the situation and be objective about it. Reframe what it means. So the situation is the same, but how you look at it is different, and do the work anyway. Read number 3 again, do the work anyway. You can be anxious and still do the work. Scared and do the work, stressed and do the work. Tired and do the work. You can be happy and everything's going well and you'll still do the work. The work doesn't care about how you feel. All it needs is done. It needs doing. And that's just the way it is. This is a bit about Bridge Street. So it's 6-bed HMO, 3 double en suites and 3 studios, 140k, 188k refurb. End value is 470. Annual gross is 51, let's say 52. And annual net is 16,700. All whilst the client focuses on her business with their family. This client doesn't know much about property, which is okay. That's why she hires me. I do the end-to-end thing. Her time is she gets a better ROI of her time focusing on her business and then allocating her money to what we do here, building her HMO portfolio. But that's on my social media. And if you want any advice on social media, I don't know, builds, or just come around the projects. It's so much easier for me to just tell you all the secrets. I'm not selling a course, so I'll just tell you absolutely everything you need to know. That's it. Yay. It is Friday, and I turned up to do a viewing for a client, another one. Got here, and there's about 4 other people wanting to view the property, and they're like standing there. I was like, what's going on? The viewing agent was talking to the tenant. The tenant was refusing access because they don't allow people in after a certain time. So called the office. The viewing agent seemed like, what the fuck's going on? Because it was 100% confirmed. So I called the office and I was like, right, I have traveled a couple hours, so I need the next one to be like 1,000% confirmed. Like, I'm not having a go. Like, I know it's whatever's happened. Let's just try and solve it. And they were like, well, we did 100% confirm. This is what's really strange. We confirmed with them this time. Like, they said it was fine this week. And now they've refused access. And there was like a few other people there. And I stood there with my ladder like a muppet. I went, right, okay. So, viewing rescheduled for early next week. I travelled an hour and a half, almost a couple hours because of traffic, for this viewing. This is why my clients handle me, man, because imagine they're traveling up from London and stuff, and then this shit happens whilst they're trying to run companies or do their own thing, you know. So I take on the load of this carry-on. However, next door has also been on fire since the right move photos have been taken. A nasty fire. So I want to make sure the property is structurally sound, make sure there's no damage on the inside. That's why I have to view it now. Sometimes you can be like, oh, I'll purchase the property and then view it. First of all, I never do that for clients. But second of all, especially now that there's been a fire next door, I want to make sure that we get the right surveys done. So glad I came, so I know that. Now, right. Site visit day, I'm just going to merge it into two videos into one. Site visit day, let's go to the projects, let's show you around and see what's going on. It is Saturday. Your boy got caught up in the business yesterday, and I am down here recording reels, man, doing site visits, and we are at Project Madagascar. It is coming to an end. Flooring is scheduled for next week. Electrics and plumbing almost finalized. Still got a couple spotlights to go in, you know what I mean? But kitchens are installed, looking beautiful. Be focusing on the furniture this week, getting all the furniture to come in. We're currently in a double ensuite room. Look at the feature wall, looking beautiful. So we're coming to a close. What does that mean? I am focusing on getting all the certificates booked in, the EPC, the fire risk assessment, or FRA. The builder is handling the gas, the electric, building control final sign off too, getting the evaluation in, the final valuation. We're in studio number two now, and the furniture as well. So we're doing a furniture pack. We're not using an interior designer on this one, and your boy's in charge of it. So I'm in charge of the interior design on this one. So let me know your honest thoughts about how it's coming along. I don't think we have lighting in here just yet, but that's the ensuite room. Now, a little birdie told me that we're expecting about 460, 470 on this one, right? 3 studios, 3 double ensuites, end value 460, 470. A little birdie told me that they got 525 on their one, just on the street across. Do you imagine? That'd be incredible. And that'll be a very happy client. So let's just, got the lights up there. A lot of it does look the same, Troops, I'm not gonna lie. We have been doing stuff that isn't so sexy, like I said, the electrics, the plumbing, all that stuff, door handles, all these wee bits, you know, getting ready for the flooring. En suites are in, you know what I mean? Like, en suites are sexy, let's be real. Let's be real, the en-suites are sexy. Had the lettings agent over. And I'm going to be real with you. Can you see me? All right, it's really low down. I'm going to be really honest with you. This week has been a chaotic week. All the projects are finishing at the same time. It's requiring a lot of my time. So I'm not going to do the other 2 projects on site visit day. I know today's like a site visit video. But I've been recording reels, and it's been okay. Recording reels is kind of weird because you have to talk differently. Like, see what I'm talking right now? I'm talking like I would talk to my mate, like this is absolutely sound. But talking like reels, you have to do like clam it down. So if you are going to do it, just try and loosen up a little bit. You know, remember you're talking to a mate, the camera's your friend. A good bit of advice I was giving people like after I'd done my presentation was, if I asked you right now, what is the worst thing that's happened to you in your journey so far? If I was in the pub having a pint with you, you would immediately start telling a story, start doing hand gestures. You'd be like, oh mate, like we had this fucking property. We were 8 weeks into the conveyancing and then the seller just decides that they want to accept a higher offer. So then we had to do this and they had to do that. Next thing you know, it was a fucking bidding war. Like you would do that in the pub, right? So that's how you want to do it with the camera. With reels, I'm a bit rusty, so I'm going to get better. However, with the camera right now, that's kind of what I'm like, you know. You wouldn't go off and be like, okay, just give me 2 seconds, and then you start writing a hook, retention, reward, script, do all of that. Okay, all right, I'll cut all of that and then go back. You know what I mean? You would sit down, you'd be like, mate, this deal fell through 3 times, but we got it. And then that's the hook, that's the story. Then you start fucking just telling like a bastard of a story, you know, hand gestures everywhere. So if you are struggling with social media, treat the camera like your friend. If you're in the pub, you would not go off and write a script. Scripts are good. I want to make that very clear. Scripts are good. I use them for reels, right? If anything, let's be real. My reel scripts are my newsletters in sync. So newsletters from 2 months ago, that's what I'll do. 3 reels a week, 3 newsletters a week, and then that's it. That's what I'll do. So I'm already creating my scripts. However, it's good for that because you can waffle and you don't want to slaver on for like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, unless people are used to your long form stuff like on Instagram, because I've seen it work, but usually it's just short form, casting the top of funnel wide net, and then I direct people here to YouTube. But anyway, scripts for the short form, fair enough. But see, YouTube, unless you're doing a talking head video and you're educating people and you have bullet points, fair enough. If it gets you doing it, fair enough. But if you're vlogging like this, be yourself, man. Still be yourself in the other ones, but be yourself here as well, because people invest in you, people like you. And when I meet people at events, I'm the same person. Like, I'm just this person. So I'm not putting on any act or anything. Could you imagine putting on an act? It'd be fucking exhausting. I could have swore I heard someone down there. Anyway, this one's coming to a close. This one is coming to a close. And I'm expanding to a new area. Me and Lauren are getting our first house. Fucking excited. From a wee studio apartment eating 85p ready meals, we're now moving into our first house that we own. Like, that's just fucking biblical, man. I can't even believe it. So we're doing bigger and better things. Of that presentation, if you've watched this far, I apologize for waffling. However, it's long form, who gives a shit, right? Of the presentation, I've got a couple of investor meetings booked. Worst case scenario, we're friends. Best case scenario, I get some business and I help people achieve their own goals, right? Like, ain't that something? So there are results from not only personal results of conquering a fear of, doing something that I never thought I would do. That's huge. That was the goal. But the byproduct, the bonus of it is I might get some business from it and I might be able to help people achieve their dreams. Like, that's just fucking, could you imagine a better outcome? It's incredible, man. So presentations, I'm wanting to do more next year, man. I wanted to do more next year. Like, people are saying it was good. So I wanted to do more next year, podcasts and stuff, and just share stories that others are too scared to share, man, because I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like, fucking sue me. And I swear I do this, I do that, but I'm happy. And my clients, see, when I onboard a client, this is why I recommend I'm trying to tie it all in and wrap it up. If you do long form videos and you're yourself, truly yourself, when people watch you and they watch hours and hours and hours of you, which would be the equivalent of like hundreds and hundreds of reels, like a few videos on YouTube, which people aren't going to do, but they will watch YouTube. They know you, they get to know you, they like your personality, they like your banter, they like who you are as a person, they like your values, they like your mission, they like your why, but they also like you, the service that you're providing. If you are providing a service, if you're raising finance, they like the projects. People will invest in you. Here's the truth. There are people out there doing what you do who are better than what you do, who are better than you at what you do, and bigger than you at what you do, but people will still choose you, right? There's people out there raising finance who are worth hundreds of millions. And there's people out there raising finance who have never started a portfolio before. Some people choose them. It's because they know them, they trust them, right? And they like them. They know, like, and trust, right? So don't pretend to be someone that you're not. Try and be yourself, because people will invest in you. They bet on the jockey, not the horse, right? Sometimes they don't even care about the strategy. So the horse is the strategy that you do. HMOs, SA, like buy, refurbish, refinance, buy to let. Some people don't even care about that. They just want to invest in you because they fucking love you, right? That's sometimes the case. Isn't that something you want to strive towards? Because see my clients now, like I really get on with them. Like, they're incredible. I love my clients, man. And we share the same personalities. If I'm like flamboyant and I swear and stuff on a Zoom call, they don't care because they know that's me. So that's very relaxing, and it'll just make my service better. It'll make the experience that they have better, and hopefully makes them want to do more with me. You know what I mean? So that's the goal. That's the ultimate end goal. I am waffling now. God knows how long this video is, man. What's this? 9 minutes? All right. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna end this video and like and subscribe. Right, see you in the next one. It'll be better, I promise.